pants. And I come flying in here about 4 minutes ago. I got this problem. Sometimes I forget to look at the clock and I get to listening to this and listening to that and not paying attention. And so I left home a little bit late this morning, but I came flying in here at the speed limit, I might say. Georgia State Patrol and Ella J and East Ella J's finest. I was not speeding. I was doing a good girl, but I was looking at the clock going, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Today is going to be a day we hope to encourage you to do something in our North Market. We have so much going on. It is amazing, the arts that are happening just around us. Yesterday, y'all got to meet our friend and Freddie's buddy, Miss Bay Cagle. Now, Miss Bay Cagle is a good, upright, church-going woman until they put the floozy stuff on her, and then she just became the town hussy. She was so incredible. I just kept looking at her thinking, is this really Bay Cagle? Is this really Bay Cagle? Is that really? It really was, and she is incredible, and we encourage you this Saturday night, if you live near the Tate area, or if you think you would just love to have a great barbecue dinner and some entertainment by Miss Bay Cagle and her girls, then, and what was her name? Miss Ruby and her girls. Come out to Tate for $17. You get to, number one, spend some time. The old Tate gym has just such history, such atmosphere, such a great, great place. There you go, dinner and a theater. It's $17. You can't beat that. Or you can go to the North Market. I believe it's Thursday night. To Fannin County, to the Blue Ridge Performing Arts. You know, there are so many things going on that we can stay right here. We don't have to go into the city. Nobody ever said we ever have to drive into Atlanta again. There is not a rule that says if you live up here to find entertainment, you've got to go south. Absolutely not. This weekend in Hiawassee, Georgia, one of the world's greatest will be with us, Percy Sledge. I'm so, so excited. I got to interview him last year, and I was so proud of me because when he said, after it was all over, he stood up and he shook my hand and he said, the best interview in 45 years. And I thought, whoa, wow. I'm like, oh my gosh, did he just say that? And I'm like, Brackett, why didn't you have the camera rolling? He was the nicest, nicest man. He will be in Hiawassee for 2 shows this Friday. We want to encourage you to take Friday off. Just call your boss and say, look, Bubba, I got to have the day off. I've got to go to Hiawassee. It is going to be beautiful. The weather is going to be perfect and a great time to see world-class entertainment. Percy Sledge is When a Man Loves a Woman. Y'all know what that song does to you. You know every time it comes on that oldies radio station, you're going, oh yeah, I remember the day, the time, the place, why that song made an impact on the whole world. Everybody loved it. And he's really, really a great guy. So I want to help you make plans this weekend. We're going to give you different ideas of things to do right here in our communities within an hour and a half of home. Now that's pretty cool, you know, and we're fighting against the traffic, so we don't have to go into Atlanta. And I love this new lane they've opened in Gwinnett County. It costs you money, and you're already paying huge road use taxes because every time you buy fuel, I don't know if y'all look at it or not, but you're paying so many cents per gallon to go to the state and the federal government to maintain our roads. So now Gwinnett County has this racket going on, and they opened the lanes yesterday, and so far it looks like it was a bust because people are going, oh no, I'm not paying $5.10 to get there 30 minutes early. Are you kidding me? That's like $11 for a trip to work and back. So we are up here where we don't have those issues. You know, we have great roads, we have great restaurants, we have great places to shop. We've got it all going on, and this is the time of year we are going to show up and show out. If you own a business in our communities, please spiff it up a little bit. Put out a welcome mat. Say, come on in Atlanta, come on in Buckhead, come on in Conyers, y'all come and visit with us. And while you're visiting, we hope you will leave a piece of your heart here in the North Georgia mountains. Nothing any more beautiful than where we live. Now, I've traveled to Alaska 6 or 7 times, and I always say I leave a piece of my heart there, but I really can't wait to get back to North Georgia. It is so incredible. And the last time I was in the North Georgia mountains with Miss Hilda, it's funny, we were there on a Friday night, and in the motorhome, sitting looking at the lake, I get a phone call from Gail, and she said, "We're in Homer and we wish y'all were with us." Well, in about 20 minutes, I was on the phone booking flights to Anchorage, because seeing the peacefulness of Hiawassee and seeing the mountains reminded me of Alaska. So I used my frequent flyer miles, and the next day we loaded up the motorhome and we went to the Atlanta airport. We went to Alaska. If you have not traveled away from here and seen what we have to compare with, you may not know how great the place is where we live. We are so blessed. So today we hope to encourage you. We hope to give you a reason to get out, take one of your neighbors, take one of your friends, call somebody you haven't seen for a while. And if you grew up in the 60s, I can guarantee you there's nobody who grew up in the 60s who didn't love When a Man Loves a Woman. Now, my favorite Percy Sledge song is Take Time to Know Her. And when he told us the story of that, it was pretty cool, because it was really a true story. So his music is awesome. The idea that you get to see him right here in North Georgia, you don't have to go into the city, you don't have to fight the crazy traffic. Great restaurants between here and there. And you know, we talked about this yesterday, all the barbecue restaurants this weekend. When y'all come to the mountains, you must be hunting that barbecue down, because we tried 4 different barbecue restaurants. Every single one of them was packed. And I said, that is a great, really awesome for our community, because you know these guys offer their best wares and their best service and their best smile and their great attitude, and then people come back all the time. So if you own a place up here and your doors are open to the public, say welcome, because this is the time, and this weekend when Miss Hilda opens the doors in Hiawassee, it will bring in a whole lot of people. Thousands and thousands of people flock to the area that she serves, and on the way they stop in Jasper and buy gas, they stop in Jasper and eat, they stop in LJ and possibly go shop. It is amazing to me how the North Market benefits the South Market. So y'all, you know, if you get an opportunity, you need to go up to the North Market and tell her a big thank you, because it is our communities working together, and we have a captivating opportunity from Cherokee County to Towns County. We can get you. We can get you. And when we get you, we kind of capture you, and we can keep you 3 or 4 days. And then when you head home, you're going, I don't want to go home. And we love that. That's what we're about. We want to encourage you to come and visit us. We're going to take a break, and we're going to go to our sponsors. And please keep in mind the people who pay to be with us. First of all, they get a great deal, because we've got a great commercial deal going on. And then their voices, you know, if you talk to these folks, and they're just average guys who might have a voice in the public because they have jobs available. They might have a voice because they pay taxes. They have ideas that they brought to the table right here in the counties we serve, and they open their doors and they say, welcome to you. One of our new sponsors, Julie's, just opened down in Jasper. Give her a chance. Annie's, who's been a sponsor forever. You know you can show up and have breakfast. Papa's Pizza, been a sponsor forever. Please continue to support those people. As you get out and you learn about new businesses, don't forget the old guys, because they've been with us a long time. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk Blue Ridge Theater. Now, I'm not sure about this event that's going on, but it's Thursday night. That means we could have you something Thursday night. We could have you Percy Sledge Friday night. We could have you Tate on Saturday night. Looks to me like I've planned your weekend. We'll be back in just a second. We're back. We're back, and we want to encourage you. I am the biggest fan of these communities we serve. I tell everybody how great it is to be here. Now, one of my favorite towns is Blue Ridge. I could park on one end of Blue Ridge, and I could stay there all day long. Then come dark 30, they'd be saying, sure, you got to go home. It's dark. Love the community, love the people in it, and today we're going to talk about theater in Blue Ridge. Can you tell us who you are and what you're involved with?
I'm Kathy Simmons, and I'm guest directing the current production that opens Thursday. It's called Grace and Glory, and it's about a 90-year-old illiterate backwoods woman living on a farm, and she's soon to meet her maker, and a young Harvard-educated New Yorker volunteers with hospice to come in and take care of her.
Oh,
So it
wow.
is a real clash of cultures. And there's even a wood cook stove on the set, so that gives you an idea of how it will take you back.
Oh, wow, wow. Now, in this area, you will hit on this one because that will be something we can all identify with. We possibly
Absolutely.
had a 90-year-old grandmother who cooked on a wood stove.
I did.
Yeah, and who, my grandmother, and this is so funny, she was 89 when she passed away, but if she met you, this would be her reply, she ain't our kind, is she? Because if you're not country, you know, Granny had this, she ain't our kind.
Well, I can talk that way because I'm a multi-generation native Atlantan, and my grandma lived in Swanee, and now I live in LJ, so it just really taps into my
you
country
got it.
roots. Yes, it's there. It's in my blood.
Oh, wow. Now, who wrote this production?
It is Tom Ziegler is the playwright's name, and we say he must have had his own backwoods granny because he just, it's like Robert Harling knowing how the women were in Steel Magnolias.
Right.
You say, how did a man get into those women's heads? So Tom Ziegler had to have had a backwoods granny. And even more specifically, I forgot to mention, this is our Grace right here. She lives on a 500-acre farm.
90.
No, not at all. But
No, not
it's,
yet.
It's an apple farm. So it's
Okay.
even especially
And we
appropriate.
know a beautiful lady in her 90s who has an apple conglomerate in Fannin County, but
Really?
she's not a backwoods granny. She's a hip and moving granny. So,
Nowadays they are.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, to step into this part, did you have any background from being an old granny in the woods in North Georgia?
No, but I came from that background
Okay.
myself, and I'm Dura Montgomery. So yes, I keep, as I have gone through this, I keep referring to my grandparents and my own mom and dad. And, well, can't help it because this old lady talks like my grandparents did.
Can you tell us what we might hear on Thursday night? What will we hear Granny say?
What will we hear Granny say? We're going to hear her say, "You ain't from around here, are you?"
And what's the
And-
line about the Yankee doctor? He could.
Oh, yes, yes. He was that old, that he was, after all, that Yankee doctor that could talk faster than I could listen.
That's good. That's
I
good.
couldn't- I
And
couldn't
Dora
hear.
has even been able to bring even more nuance to the playwright's words, because often in rehearsal she would say, well, you know, I think that they would even say this, like instead of
Right.
scared, we'd say scared.
Scared.
Yeah.
Scared.
Yeah.
So
Well-
it, you know, it's just been delight for us all in this rehearsal process.
There's
Wow.
one line where the old lady says, if I ever talked to my husband that way, he would have hit me with a fence post. And Kathy allowed me to change that so that I can say, if Mr. Stiles ever talked to me like that, he'd have whomped me upside of the head with a fence post.
Yeah. And
Yes,
that's
and
that
it's
is
always
more
Mr.
realistic.
Stiles.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
Mr.
never my
Stiles.
husband.
Yeah.
It's
Well, and she never called him by his first name. It was always Mr. Stiles.
Wow. Wow. Now, somebody came in my ear and told me that you're an awesome teacher.
Oh, that would be Jennifer. Yes, I taught Jennifer in the 8th grade and saw her go all the way through high school. I remember her very, very fondly. She was very, very talented, very sweet girl.
Very sweet girl.
Yeah.
And very talented. And she shares her talent with us because I don't know, have you seen the Miner's Memories that she did the music
Yes,
for?
yes. Well, see, she's from Ducktown, and I lived in Ducktown
Right.
for 26 years, so.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I
you
mean, I
have
know her
kind of-
family, you know.
You do have a little country going on,
yes,
don't you?
yes, I do.
Yeah. Now, who plays the Harvard-educated little twip?
Her name is Lori Dunn, and like she splits her time between Atlanta and her family has a house on Lake Blue Ridge.
Okay.
So both of these ladies did a production I directed last year at Blue Ridge, and then I knew that if I got to direct this, I wanted those two. And fortunately, they were able to make their schedules, and it's we've had a long rehearsal process because with just two characters in the play, it's there's a lot of dialogue, so it's
Right.
been great demands on their times. But yeah, she wasn't able to be with us today because she has a 5-year-old. So this week she's driving back and forth, but during the run of the show, she can come up and stay at her place on the weekends. So,
And it begins on Thursday night, is that right?
opens Thursday night and runs 2 weekends, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's October 6th through the 16th.
Okay. All right, and what is the cost for this?
I believe the tickets are $20, and
Okay.
we have a graphic here with the theater.
Okay, the
Website
Blue Ridge
on
Community
it.
Theater presents Grace and Glory, and directed by Kathy Simmons. Now, how did you get the directing job?
Several years ago, I just stopped in one day and said, do you ever have opportunity for guest directors? Because I'd been directing some stuff in Atlanta, and I've performed in Atlanta. So they just welcomed me with open arms and allowed me to say, this is a really wonderful play. Would your artistic committee read that? So that's how I did last year, and then I'm set to direct a couple on the next year season.
Now, tell us about your works in Atlanta.
I guess the most recent, I've worked at Stage Door in Dunwoody. I've done a couple of plays at Georgia Ensemble in Roswell. Even had the wonderful opportunity to work at the historic Springer Opera House in Columbus, which has a magnificent history going all the way back to the mid-1800s. It's a glorious place. But I really do love directing, and I love being up here. My dogs love being up here in the woods. I was listening to what you were saying earlier about how wonderful it is up here, and I often don't want to go home. And my friends say, just move up here full time. So.
That's right. We are addictive, and that is the cool thing about us. We're addictive, and you don't need a group. If you become addicted to us, you don't need a group. So you just enjoy it. Now, let me ask you something. Have you seen Menopause?
Menopause the musical? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. I have seen that 3 or 4 times, and every once in a while, every time we're there, there'll be 1 or 2 men in the audience. Is this a play that men and women will both be attracted to it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is just, that's one of the reasons I asked them to read it, because it just seems tailor-made for this audience.
So don't be afraid to say, honey, we're going to a play. Because some men go, I can't believe you think I would enjoy that. Is it going to be humorous? Is it going to be thoughtful?
Absolutely. It is a real comedy with drama.
Okay.
I don't want people to think, oh, I don't want to go and see a play about an old 90-year-old lady. It's just loaded with humor, and I think that humor comes from the culture clashes, don't you?
It does. It does.
Just like that line that Dura just said. He could talk a whole lot faster than I could listen.
Well,
Now-
and watching her wrestle with that wood stove. I mean, here's this 40-year-old woman who has no idea. You know, she says there's only so much country I can absorb in one day.
Right.
And that wood stove gets a lot of laughs.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. Now, ticket sales are where?
Online, and it's very easy to remember, BlueRidgeCommunityTheater.com.
Okay.
So you can order those or call the box office.
Or walk
the number is on there, or just the box
in.
office is always open, so you're welcome walk-ins.
How many people does this seat? Because I've never been there.
100.
130, I think.
130.
Okay. So it would be good to get there early. Hopefully it'll be a sellout. Wouldn't that be cool?
We sure hope so.
We-
Would that be cool?
that
They
would be
have worked.
wonderful.
My 2 actresses have worked so hard. They deserve a sellout every single night.
That'd be awesome. Now, how will you be dressed? Give us a little idea of
Oh, I
period
get to wear
clothes.
flannel nightgowns.
I love it.
Flannel nightgowns. So, because primarily I'm in bed. And Lori is the one who has had to bear the brunt of all the blocking because she has 3 meals that she has to fix. She wrestles with that cook stove that she doesn't know how. She has to pump water. She's back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And the emotions, the conflict between the old lady and the younger foreigner, you know, just keeps her moving all the time. So not only has she had a whole play to learn as far as lines, but she's had all this blocking, and I just sort of,
Lay there.
I'm right there in the middle of it, and she just, you know, percolates around me.
And what do you tell her? You don't like your breakfast cooked on a...
I don't like my breakfast cooked on electric. It tastes bleh.
So she's got to get that wood stove going, and
There
and
is
then
electric in the house.
Yeah.
but no electric.
That's fun.
And she's just beside herself. You would think that she discovered a box of diamonds when she discovers there's an electric toaster that
Oh, wow.
she doesn't have to go through the cook
She
stove.
does not know how to boil a pot of water
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
to boil an egg.
That is too
Yeah,
cool. That is too cool.
loaded with humor, and that whole second scene
And
where
the chickens. Oh, she has this terrible time with the chickens. So,
chickens are always after her.
yes.
And at one point she says, why don't I just drive into town and buy you a sausage biscuit?
From Hardee's. From Hardee's.
That's right.
Sounds good. Now let me ask you, how could people become involved with this theater?
Oh, just volunteer, volunteer, volunteer.
Because
Do
even if you can't
anything.
act, the sets have to be designed.
Oh, yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
And every Tuesday, I believe it's
Yes,
Tuesday, they
Tuesdays
have a
at 1
volunteer
o'clock.
day.
Okay.
They invite you to come in. You can do anything from fold a piece of paper and put it in an envelope to grab a paintbrush or if you're good with a hammer. And then they always feed you, right?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
And then, of course, those the bookmarks have to be delivered. The posters have
Right.
to be taken out. We have these little tent things that they put on the tables at restaurants so that it has things that are upcoming and
Okay.
dates, those kinds of
It
things.
really is volunteer driven, so that underline that the word community on the Blue Ridge
Definitely.
Community
Right.
Theater. Yes,
Definitely.
ma'am.
Well, we're going to give away a couple of tickets to the play, and is there a night that they have to be there, or is it any night they want to go? Because you're giving
Any night, just call ahead and say, I have this.
comp tickets. Okay, I'm going to give away my tickets because my next couple of weeks are pretty crazy. So I'm going to give away my 2 tickets. If you can call and tell me what is our director, Miss Jennifer Danner's name. What is her nickname? Because she has a nickname, and it's very appropriate. If you ever see her out in the community, you will know her nickname. And Mr. Brackett came up with this nickname one day, and I said, oh my gosh, she's going to slap you, but she loves it. Call us at 866-939-2329 if you know Jennifer's nickname. And I'll bet you somebody out there will know it. I'll bet you somebody from Ducktown may know it. I bet you people in Tate will know it because, yeah, if you ever see her, you will understand why he gave her this crazy nickname. Thank you, ladies, for being here.
My
Thank you.
pleasure. Thank you for having us.
And once again, if they want to get online, tell them again the website.
Blue Ridge Community Theater, and it's T-E-R, not like the city version, R-E,
Okay.
BlueRidgeCommunityTheater.com.
There you go.
Yes,
there you go.
ma'am.
Thank you very much. We're going to take a break and go to the community calendar. And when we come back, we're going to talk Percy Sledge, When a Man Loves a Woman. Oh my gosh, I love that song. Loved him, love the idea that he is going to be with us in Hiawassee this weekend. Now let's take a break. We'll be back shortly.
She's so kissable, huggable, lovable, unbelievable. She's a mouthful of anything and everything a man could want. Yeah. She ain't typical, she's unpredictable, she's available. It's a miracle how my heart stumbled into someone so kissable, huggable, lovable, unbelievable. Oh, till now my life has been so lonely and boring. Never thought I would find someone so elegant, intelligent, heaven sent, all my money spent. I put a big down payment on that itty bitty diamond ring. She's so beautiful, it's undisputable, it's undeniable. She's got a have a ball. She's music to my ears and makes my heart sing. So kissable, huggable, lovable, unbelievable. Oh, that's nice. Do it to me now. There's so many things I want to tell her. I gotta love her. But every time I talk, I start to stutter. She's so elegant, intelligent, heaven sent, all my money spent. I put a big down payment on that itty bitty diamond ring. Oh, she's so beautiful, it's undisputable, it's undeniable. She's gotta have a ball. She's music to my ears and makes my heart sing. So kissable, huggable, lovable, unbelievable. Kissable, huggable, lovable, unbelievable. Kissable, huggable, lovable, unbelievable. was 700 fence posts from your place to house. Neither one of us was old enough to drive a car. Sometimes it was raining, sometimes it would shine. We wore out that gravel road between your house and mine. I'd start walking your way, you'd start walking mine. We meet in the middle, neath that old Georgia pine. We gain a lot of ground, 'cause we both give a little. Ain't no road too long, we meet in the middle. It's been 7 years tomorrow since we said our vows under that old pine tree. You ought to say it now. Standing in the backyard, reminding me and you, if we don't see eye to eye, there's something we can do. I'd start walking your way, you'd start walking mine. We meet in the middle, neath that old Georgia pine. We gain a lot of ground, 'cause we both give a little. Ain't no road too long, we meet in the middle. Babe, I love the way we work it out. That's what love is all about. I start walking your way, you start walking mine. We meet in the middle, neath that old Georgia pine. We gain a lot of ground, 'cause we both give a little. Ain't no road too long when we meet in the middle. I'd start walking your way, you'd start walking mine. We meet in the middle, neath that old Georgia pine. We gain a lot of ground, 'cause we both give a little. Ain't no road too long when we meet in the middle. I start walking your way, you start walking mine. We meet in the middle, neath that old Georgia pine. We gain a lot of ground, 'cause we both give a little. Ain't no road too long when we meet in the middle.
We're back. Okay. We got to find some music. We got to find When a Man Loves a Woman. Because this Friday night, if you have ever been anywhere and listened to that song and you're holding Honey's hand, you remember how much you loved Percy Sledge. Miss Hilda Thomason is joining us, and she is responsible for bringing some awesome talent to North Georgia. I've got some birthdays I've got to do real fast, and then we're going to talk about the entertainment that's going to be coming your way shortly. Miss Catherine Mao, and I cannot believe you are this old, because you certainly do not look it. I wonder if that's a typo. Surely not. But anyway, October the 3rd, happy birthday from your sister Mary Turk. These are the sweetest two ladies, and funny, but I met them when I first came here, and it's like I've known them forever and ever and ever. And they are, as I refer to them, as my little Yankee buddies. They're from Florida, but they're kind of New Yorkers. And Miss Kaylee Henson, happy birthday to you as you celebrate 13. Love you, and have a happy birthday from Papa and Nana. And to Kayla Nicholson, as you celebrate 25 years old, happy birthday from Ashley Crawford. There you go. Now, Miss Hilda has brought us a couple of tickets that we're going to give away to, you know, Bad Company was one of those groups that if you grew up and you liked that music, you remembered them,
That's
didn't
right.
you?
Exactly.
Now,
It's Bad Company featuring Brian Howe, and he was the lead singer of the Bad Company. And
Right.
Molly Hatchet is going to be opening for Bad Company.
It's so funny because when my boss was talking about Molly Hatchet, and I said, "What is a Molly Hatchet?" That's a period of music I wasn't familiar with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a great show, the combination of both of them together, and that's going to be held at the fairgrounds on October the 22nd. And we have tickets available. There's one show at 7 o'clock. So give
Is
us a
it
call.
mid-style rock and roll?
It is.
Not the hard rock,
It's
but
not,
just
it's kind of Southern rock.
Okay.
Kind of, you know, just really a fun night. I mean, for everybody. You can get up and dance or whatever you want to do, you know.
And
so.
October 22nd is kind of the peak season for leaves.
It is.
It
and
will be
it's-
gorgeous.
It will be a beautiful time of the year to have a concert, and it'll be the weekend after the Fall Festival. The festival is October the 7th through the 15th, and then it'll be the following weekend for the concert.
Now let's talk about the Fall Festival, because this is kind of a destination of choice. So many people come year after year after year.
That's true. They plan their vacation. When they're there this year, they'll book their reservations at the hotels and the campgrounds and places to come back the following year. I mean, it's just, they return every year and raise their families there, I guess.
That's
and bring
right.
their grandchildren and all that.
Now, what will
But,
they see this year? I know that you have different events at the festival, different times, different things during the day, some things at night. What's going on?
We've got 9 days, October the 7th through the 15th, and opening day is, of course, Percy Sledge, and then on Saturday, October the 8th, we got Ricky Skaggs, and then on October the 9th, we have gospel music. We have church services at 11 o'clock.
The Isaacs and the Diplomats?
Yes.
Yay!
And the
Two
chuck
of
wagon game.
Some of the absolute best world-class entertainment right here in Hiawassee. That
That's
is going to be
true.
awesome.
It
That
is.
going to be awesome.
The Diplomats are going to do the church services, and then the Isaacs and the chuck wagon game and the Diplomats, all three will be on the show at 2 o'clock that afternoon. And October the 10th will be Gene Watson.
Yes, and he was awesome. He was awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
But the opening act for Gene Watson is going to be the Redhead Express, and they've never been there before. And they're actually from Alaska, and they travel all over the country. And it's a big family that just go all over the country performing, and they play fiddles, they play banjos. They're just such a talented family. And it's a lot of youth that's in that, and it's really, really good. So I hope people will come out and see them too. Then on October the 11th, we've got Diamond Rio.
Oh, gosh,
and
I love
that's going to be a great show.
Love them.
And Stephen Phillips and Midnight Express will be the opening act. And then on October the 12th, we have John Anderson. And what we had to do, we actually had John Anderson booked to come on October the 7th. And we had Percy Sledge to come on October the 12th. But Percy got an opportunity to go to Europe. So he's going to be doing a European tour here right away. So we had to switch the two. And so some of our brochures that's out there is wrong, but our website's right, and then we're
Okay.
trying to put some new ones.
Okay.
And then October the 13th.
Okay, we're going to take a break just 1 second, because we've got, you know, this is live TV and we have a technical difficulty, and that means that we can change things up. But while we're doing that, come on over and let's fix Miss Hilda's mic. I want to talk to you a little bit about something else that's going to be available. I'm going to give you 2 tickets to go to the Georgia Mountain Fair. This is the Fall Festival. It is a big, big deal. People come and spend their weekends. They spend 3 or 4 days. Sometimes they spend a whole week based on this event that Miss Hilda's put together for years and years and years. And she's going to give us the opportunity today to give away 2 entries to this event. Now, I want to ask you a question. We talk about from Ball Ground to Turtle Town, and from, you know, we say include Hiawassee and include Blairsville, include this and include that. If you can call me at 866, now this is a funny, a lot of y'all will go, immediately you'll know it. Some of you go, huh, what is she talking about? On Saturdays, I head up toward Blairsville many, many Saturdays, and I have one destination that I always go, and it is like my favorite thing. And I put something on Facebook this weekend, and I even showed a sign that said Helen, Hiawassee, Blairsville, and I said, I'm going to my favorite place, and there will be a smile on my face. If you can tell me where I go in Blairsville on Saturdays, and I just pull up, and I always snap a picture of what's going on there, and I'm grinning from ear to ear. If you can tell me where do I go in Blairsville on Saturdays, call us at 866-939-2329, and you will win entry to the Fall Festival in Hiawassee, and it's going to be a great, great day. And yes, I did announce this yesterday, Miss Karen Stewart. I did, and they've, yesterday it didn't say her age, but we can officially say today she's 45, so there you go. Yes, I do go to the Subway, and I love the Subway in Blairsville. And it's big enough that we can take the motor home and we can go in and get our sandwiches and hang out there. And Hilda, you and I compared the mountains in North Georgia to Alaska.
That's true. I've been to Alaska myself, and it is beautiful in Alaska, but I don't think Hiwassee, I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous here in these North Georgia mountains.
It is.
And I just don't think there's a place any prettier. I mean, we've just got a little piece of heaven here with the mountains and the lake, and it's just such a great place to enjoy.
Now let's talk a little bit about the lake and the campgrounds. Are they sold out now?
No, they're not sold out completely. In Area 1, we still have a few campsites.
Okay.
Area 2, on the side where the music hall's at, it is sold out. And if you come through the week, we still have a few sites open across the street in Area 1. And we have water and electric and cable TV and Wi-Fi. We don't have sewer over there, but we have a dump station. So, so give us a call at the fairgrounds, 706-896-4191 is the number for reservations.
Okay. And who won our tickets? Miss Betty Gibbs, they will enjoy this. So, and Betty, you just pick up your tickets at the fairground as you're about to enter. There's a little office on the left.
That's right. Up there, it says Georgia Mountain Fair headquarters across the top of it. It has a blue roof. It's the first building on the left as you come in, and we'll have the tickets there for you.
There you go. And you know, speaking of Subway, I have to ask prayer for a very, very special lady, and this community knows and loves her. Miss Myra Thomas is in Fannin Regional Hospital right now. She is battling breast cancer, and everybody remembers on Easter this year, her young son was he was killed in a horrible accident here on 515. Her husband, John, is the pharmacist, one of the great pharmacists down at Jasper Drug Store. And we want to ask you today to please pray for this family, and please pray for Miss Myra, and please just pray for John, because he is such an amazingly kind man. And it is one of those things, they're local family, and they're what's good about this community. You know, there are so many great families around here. Now, Miss Hilda, you've been involved in the fair for how many years?
30 years.
Okay, in 30 years, you brought some awesome talent here.
We have had some awesome talent, and still got some awesome talent to come. I mean, it really is a great venue to come to. We got an auditorium that seats 3,000 people. It's all elevated cushion seats. We now have heat and air in the building, so we can have year-round events. Real nice concession area. And of course, we've got about 65, 70 craft booths on the grounds where you can go and buy arts and crafts. And we have something new this year. It's called the Alligator Master. It's an alligator show. This guy will be bringing in a big pool, and of course filled full of water. He has a 900-pound alligator. Then he has a little baby alligator, and he'll be doing 3 shows a day with that. And we have a stilt walker. We have a living statue. All these things for children to do and enjoy. The pony rides. And we have something else that's new this time. It's called the Water Treaders, and it's a humongous swimming pool filled up with water, and it's got great old big balls in it, and the kids can get actually in the balls, and they can walk on the water, get inside the balls, and and it's good exercise for them too.
Wow.
But it'll be a fun event for them to enjoy. And of course, we have the new park, the Anderson Paris Park there, that you can go out and enjoy the music on that little outdoor amphitheater stage.
Right.
And
a lot of local talent. You brought in a lot of local talent at the outdoor venues.
We have, and they play all over the grounds, really. And I know we got a clogging team that's coming from Atlanta to clog one day. We've got a guy from over in Cleveland, Georgia, that's bringing a group. We've got some bluegrass bands that are going to be playing on the grounds. So different places all over the grounds, you'll be able to see the music. Plus, we have the Fiddlers Convention that last weekend of the Fall Festival.
Right.
And we've got the Quaby sisters coming back next year, coming back this year. They were there last year, and they do an awesome job. They're from Texas, and they do a lot of the Western swing music. So talented. But the Fiddlers Convention, you know, we have a competition in all the different categories, and then the finals will be on Saturday night. So, but we want everyone to come out and just really have a good time there and enjoy all the activities we have. And you pay the $10 to get into the fair or to the festival, and under 10's free, and $2 to park. And the only other day that's different is on the day we have Ricky Skaggs. It's $5 admission, and then $7 to see the show.
Okay.
And that's the only change on the schedule. But it is a beautiful setting. It's such a beautiful natural setting with all the area down in there where the craft booths are at. And
You know, I bet the artists enjoy coming here kind of as a break for them.
they do. They love it. And, you know, on the really pretty, nice days. And I mean, it gets a little cool at night, but it's just nice to put on a little jacket and just stroll down through there and get you some fresh trout, smoked trout, barbecue, chicken. We have great hamburgers there on the grounds, and get your funnel cakes. So there's plenty to eat there on the grounds. And
Now, let me ask you something. In the Fall Festival, is there a talent contest, or is that just the summer?
no, we have it during the Fall Festival too,
Okay,
and it'll
what night is
be
it?
the first weekend,
Okay.
October the 7th and 8th. We'll start the talent talent show on Friday night at 8 o'clock. That'll be right after Percy performs.
Okay.
And that starts at 8. And then on Saturday night, the best performers are invited back for Saturday night's show. And that'll be after Ricky Skaggs performs. So, and Ricky's going to do an outstanding show. I talked to his manager the other day, and he said people are really going to get their money's worth. They're going to do like some of the country and the bluegrass. And he said it'll probably be a little longer than 60-minute show, but he said we're going to give them their money's worth. So he's got
Now,
like
without
10.
giving it away, he's married to a very famous woman singer.
Right.
Too. So let's give away these tickets, because we're going to give away. Now, we gave Betty Gibbs got the entry, right? We had a winner on that one, right, Miss Jennifer? She got the 2 to enter into the festival. Okay, now we're going to give away 2 tickets to the concert that is October 22nd, and this is Bad Company and Molly Hatchet. And this is so funny because it's so funny. That's a period I grew up in, and somehow I missed Molly Hatchet. So you won't miss if you go to the fairgrounds. This is October the 2nd, October 22nd at 7 p.m. And you will win these 2 tickets if you can tell me who is Ricky Skaggs married to. She, in her own right, is a great, great singer.
She is. She's got
She
a
is
lot of
great,
talent,
great
very
singer.
much
So there you go.
yes.
So we're going to give away those 2 tickets. All right. Now, you also bring in like your house band. Let's talk a little bit about them, because you couldn't do your job without that house band.
That's right, a wonderful band too. They have been performing for over 50 years together, about as long as the fair's been going on. But it's the Georgia Mountain Fair Staff Band featuring Jim Wood, and that will be the backup band for all this talent show that we have. And that will be, like I said, Friday night and Saturday. And they just do an outstanding job performing. They have some of the most, and the band, I mean, they play live for these people that come in and do the talent show. So it is really a good band. And we have them twice a year there for talent show. They're in July when the fair's going on. And then we bring them back in October for the talent show in October. So very
And
good
we
band.
can say you have had some talent on your stage that went on to do greater, bigger and better things.
Oh, absolutely. I can remember us having Alan Jackson there when he cost $10,000. George Strait was there when he cost $10,000. And now they're just a few more thousand. But,
and Miss Carolyn Beavers knew the answer to that, and she gets these 2 tickets, and let me put her name on the back of those. So
but we have some other really good talent coming up. We have an offer in right now on Josh Turner for November the 5th, and then...
Didn't you have him before and it was standing room only?
Yes, we had him like 2 years ago, and and it's not confirmed yet, the offer's in. And then we also have an offer in on Willie Nelson, and also an offer in on Merle Haggard, and those 2 shows are in January and February, so we're waiting to get all that confirmed. And we're still trying to put a Christmas concert together. We talked to Lori Morgan a little bit about a Christmas concert, and several other ones that we're working on. Winona's got a Christmas concert, and we're just trying to figure out what we want to do as far as putting a show together for Christmas. But we have the Tour of Homes there in Hiawassee the first weekend in December, and we have the Christmas parade, and there's just something. And we've got Halloween on the Square on October the 29th. Which is huge, and we got a Jeep club that's coming to Hiawassee that weekend. There's like 50 Jeeps that's going to be there, and they're just wanting to be a part of our community. And they're going to they're going to do a parade through town with the Jeeps, and they're going to set up on the square and do a trunk or treat with us, all the businesses and everything. So that'll be a lot of fun for the kids to come out and enjoy too.
You know, last year in January, I declared this the year of recovery, and I'm so happy to say every time I go to your area, there's recovery going on. I've seen homes being built, I've seen condominiums being built, I've seen the realtors doing very, very well. So it's almost like your area is starting the trend that we hope will come south.
Yes, I think that's very true. And as we speak right now, we're filming a movie in Towns County right now. It's called The Goats, and it's a $6 million movie, and they started filming yesterday. They're filming at the beach right across from the fairgrounds, and they'll be filming for all week. And they needed 90 rooms for this, and they're setting up in the fairgrounds. It's the base camp. They're setting up the caterer and feeding them all in the music hall and all. But this film industry, Towns County just...
Is it $360 million a year or $360 billion a year they're spending in Georgia?
It's billion, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a movie right now getting ready to be filmed in Atlanta. Denzel Washington's performing in it. It's like a $20 million movie just for one movie. So I think, and then Tom Cruise was just flying over last week in a helicopter trying to find a place to do a movie, and he was in Union County and Towns County. He was looking for mountains and lakes and rough terrain, and
And I really feel like that Towns County just got camera ready through the Georgia Film Production Company, and I feel like that we'll see a lot more movies filmed in Georgia because we're getting to be a big place for
It
movies
is a
to be
big deal,
filmed.
and I think that's one of the things we encourage people to do. If you own a business, make it friendly to the people opening your doors, because you
Absolutely.
never know who's going to be coming through your door.
That's exactly right.
You have no idea who's coming through your door. Now, the people you brought into the community, I guarantee you when they leave here, all these entertainers take a piece of us back with them.
They do, and they
Yeah.
always talk about our food. When we cater the meal backstage, they always come out and say, oh, we love your food. We always remember your food here. But not only the festivals and the fair and the concerts and all of that, but we've brought a lot of other groups in there this year, a lot of motorcycle groups. We just had the Harley Davidson
Moonshine Festival?
Yeah, we had the car show, the Georgia Mountain Moonshine Cruise in, but the hog rally was there for the first time this year, the Harley Davidson rally, and that was the state rally for the state of Georgia, and we bid on it and got it to come back for next year, so they'll be coming back next year.
Awesome.
We got another car show coming back. It's the early V8 Ford car show that'll be there in June, and it's the Eastern National Rally. We got the Shriners coming back. We have the BMW motorcycle rally, so we are already making plans for next year and working on getting new groups in.
Do you know anything about the movie that's being filmed right now?
I know a little bit about it. I've had a few meetings with them. It's a preteen movie. It's called The Goats, G-O-A-T-S, and it's about a young boy and girl that gets stranded out on an island, and they really are not stranded, but they pretend like they're lost on the island, and they're playing pranks on these other kids that's in the movie, and they're using a lot of extras there in Towns County. A lot of Towns County kids are actually getting to be in the movie, but they swim across the lake on a log, and they're going over to Cable Island. They're going to film some on that
They
island.
actually swim in the temperature it is right now?
Yes, they've got
wow.
they've got wetsuits for
Okay,
them.
okay.
They have wetsuits, and of course they've got the Coast Guard, and they got the EMS, and they got the fire department. They got everybody out there, you know, helping and protecting. But they'll end back up on the beach there, right there at the fairgrounds. Is where it'll be. And it's a guy that wrote the book. It's actually he wrote it like 10 years ago. And if you go to the internet and just type in The Goats and click on books, then it'll take you to the book and you can read about it. But he wrote the book 10 years ago, and he believed enough in himself that he could make a movie out of it. And so he got enough sponsors and enough people to help him, and they came up with $6 million
That's
to
awesome.
film the movie. Yeah, it's pretty big right now to see all this in Towns County.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
ride right by the fairgrounds, and there's like 12 big tractor and trailer trucks sitting there, a big bus, and then of course they've got like 120 cars parked in the parking lot there at the fairgrounds. And like I said, the fairgrounds is the base camp for it, and we're feeding them in the music hall. And the caterer had to get in this morning at 3 o'clock in the morning in the music hall because they have to do breakfast and lunch for them. So they'll film there, and they're also filming part of it over in Rayburn County. And just the income of it, 90 rooms that they've got to have,
yeah.
you know, it's awesome for our county, and as well as Rayburn County. And then part of it's going to be filmed over at the Tallulah Gorge. They got to do like a 20-foot jump into water, and then it's got to be real swift water where they go into.
Oh, wow.
So that there's going to be part of it filmed there, and then just a little bit of it's going to be filmed in Atlanta. Not much, but just a tiny bit of it in Atlanta. And so then they'll sell the movie, and we'll get to see the movie. So we'll have to
Wow.
watch for the goats.
Now, anybody, any extras that you know that are going to be in it?
I know a lot of the kids that are going to be in it. There's several young kids there in Towns County that's going to be in it, and I think that's wonderful that they included our small
Right.
children in the county. Yeah, there's several little kids that perform. One of the little kids actually performed at the fairgrounds during the talent show. She sings on the stage.
Oh, wow.
And so she's in it, and she was telling me the other day, she said, I'm so excited that I got to be in the movie. And she said, they told me that if I got in the water, I get paid extra. So they're actually paying these little kids to be in the movie. And they spent about 8 hours down. They're having to miss school, you know, because of this. But
Having to miss school.
having to
They're
miss
really
school.
upset about that,
Yeah,
aren't
but
they?
they've got instructors down there telling them, and they have a big megaphone, and they tell them when to walk or when to get in the water or whatever, you know. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
pretty neat what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad they chose that to do it. We've got one more birthday we need to do. James Ballou, happy birthday to you on October 7th. And don't know how old, but that's interesting. James Ballou, happy birthday to you. We don't know who from or your name or your age or anything, but happy birthday to you. If you have people who are having birthdays, you know that you can call us, and every week we give away a cake on Friday. Compliments of one of our great businesses, whether it be a bakery or the Dairy Queen gives a celebration cake. So become a part of that by calling in your birthdays. Now, Miss Hilda, for people who want to call the fairgrounds, give us the phone number if they want any more information.
For information, it's 706-896-4645. 4191.
Okay.
And of course, our website is GeorgiaMountainFairgrounds.com. Fairgrounds has an S on it, it's all spelled out. But anything you need, if you need brochures, you need general information about what's going on, please give us a call, or you can email us or go to our website. We've got all of our information on there. But if I have time, I just got one
Yes,
other thing
yes.
here I'd like to mention.
Yes.
This is something that's going to be held. It's the 2011 Legislative Dinner, and it's all 17 counties in the Northeast Georgia area that belong to the Northeast Georgia Travel Association. We're going to be hosting this over at Brasstown Valley Resort, and that's going to be on Monday, October the 17th. And our guest speaker that night is going to be the Speaker of the House, David Ralston. He's going to be our speaker, and this is 17 counties involved, and I'm the coordinator and helping coordinate all this and putting it together. But we want everyone to come out and enjoy this legislative dinner.
How would they how would they do that?
Well,
Okay.
they can go to the website of the Northeast Georgia Travel Association
Okay.
and register for it.
Okay.
And
it's $45 per person, or if you're a business and you want to do this for your company, it's $400 per table.
that's right. You have a $50 savings if you buy a
Right.
table. And
I can tell you, I've been there and done that. The food is amazing.
oh yeah, it's really
the food
really
is
good.
amazing.
Yeah, we got
so-
filet mignon and steak that night, so
Okay.
it's going to be good. And you can go to the Northeast Georgia Travel Association website and register too if you want to do that.
Okay.
But that's a great event here in Towns County. It's been held in Rayburn County for the last 2 years, and since I'm helping coordinate it, we're going to bring it to Towns County this year.
Awesome, awesome. And please RSVP by Wednesday, October the 10th to 706-896-1886. And you need to be a part of this. You know, I say it all the time, if you don't vote, you can't gripe, and if you don't talk to folks, they don't know what you want. They don't know what we're looking for,
That's
do
exactly
they?
right.
Yeah, so it's
and
important.
Yeah, the representatives and the senators are going to be there that cover the Northeast Georgia area, so we would welcome everyone to come out and take part in that.
And I say for $45, you're going to get a great meal, and the
Oh,
scenery
yeah.
is amazing.
And that
So-
includes, yeah, it includes the reception too. We have a reception before that. There's receptions included and the dinner. So it's a real nice
awesome.
event.
And again, this is on Monday, October the 17th. So please make plans to attend. And to you folks up in Dawson Associates, Lynn, call and order yourself a table. $400, you got you a table. There
That's
you
right.
go.
And,
There you
and a
go.
fun night.
There you go. There you go. Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the tickets that we were able to give away. It does make a difference for our viewers because they always look forward when they go. They usually take somebody with them. Then it's somebody else who hasn't been to the fairgrounds and learns a little bit more about
Right.
it. You offer something that is a staycation.
Well,
right
it
here.
is a staycation. That's
Yeah.
very true, and there's a lot to do there. And anytime anybody needs any information, we just welcome anyone to give us a call if we can help you with anything as far as accommodations or whatever. We'll be glad to put you in touch with the hotels and the campground and answer any questions anyone has.
That's right. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all, it is time to do something we never do. We never say goodbye. And I'd say there's going to be some cornbread made at my house tonight. And I'm going to get some beef tips and add this, and we're going to have like a little vegetable beef soup. That sounds pretty good.
It
Miss
is
Hilda,
good.
did you do this
I
yourself?
did make that,
Yay.
yes. I canned that
Yay.
soup, and it is wonderful. So I hope you'll enjoy that. And thank you so much
will.
for letting me be on
Yeah,
your show
thank
again.
you so much. Thank you. You know, tomorrow is Thursday, and it is like, tomorrow's Wednesday, and tomorrow is Freddie will be back. So Lord help. I hope the color has gone away from his cheeks. His face got red-minded too. We had so much fun yesterday. We have so much fun with so many special guests. If you'd like to be a guest, or if you have something you'd like for us to talk about, get in touch with us at sherry@etcmail.com. From North Georgia Now Today, I don't say goodbye. I'll say hang around. Don't you touch that dial. Here comes my buddy Rich Scott, only on ETC3. I'm Sherry, and I'm out of here.
By the way, where'd you meet him?
I met him at the candy store. You turned around and smiled at me. You get the picture?
Yes, we see.